Hello, hello, hello. Today I will be showcasing the Jackson, the M36 Jackson Slugger, or just M36, or whatever many names this tank has had. M10 upgraded, I think, maybe 1 point. But anyway, it's an M36 Jackson, a Tier 6 American Tech 3 tank destroyer that is fully rotational turret, no constraints at all. So it operates a bit like a medium tank, more than a tank destroyer. But you tend to set it up for the tank destroyer kind of game and moves that you normally do. Except for me in this battle, where I know I said at the start, I have no idea what to do on Ensk with this tank as bottom tier. So I just went automatically over to the heavies. But hey, we're gonna be a supportive extra gun, is my plan here. We have a little bit tree we can knock down. As you can see, the loadout, we have loads more APCR than AP. It's because I have two loadouts for the tank. I will show that in the garage, where I want to have more APCR than AP. I don't go 50-50 in this tank, because the AP pen is 160, but the APCR is 243. It's one of those tanks where you have more pen than your alpha damages. And this gun is really good on tier 6. Really good. It's the same gun that loads of American tank uses. We have a T28 incoming. Let's see if we can hit the shoulder of it, and no, we cannot. The T28 HTC has a 3 and alpha damage gun, so we gotta watch out for that one a little bit. That's half our hit points, so we are a little fragile tank. But we have movements, they're flanking on my right side, and I just remembered that there's an OI in front of me who can technically one-shot me with if he has the derp. Okay, he's not peeking the OI, so maybe we can stay, but we're a little bit watchful of this 110. He can still push in. He knows he's flanked by the 53 and the 1008 is on the flank. And here he comes. Oh lord. Alright. Oh, the gun rotation. The turret rotation slash gun rotation is not the best, because that's sort of the drawback usually for a tank destroyer's turret. And here we got the track on him. As you can see, we're aiming on a, not on the track, but we're aiming on a pen part of the back of the tank. But the shell travels 90 centimeters into the tank, or 0.9 meters, because that's the caliber of the tank. And we take the chance by going forward here. Oh, there's a wreck, isn't it? Alright, there we go. we didn't see that one. That was impossible to see, the wreck. Alright. But back to what I was talking about. If your caliber has a 90mm, it travels 0.9 meters into the tank. So if you have a 120mm gun, the shell travels 1.2 meters into the tank. That can be important sometimes, to kind of get the knowledge of, can I actually track him from behind, can I shoot him from behind? Here we have a very important moment, as I completely whipped to explain that. I was waiting for the KV2 or the AMX to be spotted, and then I decided to do this play. There is the AMX again. I did not expect him to re-peek, peek into it. We were waiting for one of the two to peek, and that allowed us to push forward. And we get a OI here in the butt. The AMX shot KV2 once, twice. So we know he's on a one shell, so we're gonna accept the hit now. Because we're gonna have him tracked, hopefully. Yes, we do. Oh, KV2 is moving back as well. Let's see if we can track him too. Show me the track. There we go. We got him tracked. Making sure now that we know the AMX is reloading for 30 seconds. And he didn't repair first time, so he might not repair for a second time. So we got a little bit of a tracking going on here. Position ourselves so we know we won't get surprise flanked by something. And we have him perma-tracked and dealt with. And now we're waiting for what my team will do. Because I am the lowest hit point. I'm the low tier here. I don't really have too much of a oomph to put in. We have a squall coming from the back. Well, got spotted in our spawn point. And I'm thinking if I shouldn't set up to deal with him. And I don't want to peek out here because I want to have some distance in case they're coming back. The Excalibur, he got to be really quick coming back though. But who knows? Who knows these days? And we have the OI is... Oh, Oni. I mean, not OI. Oni is still AFK. So we get a freebie shots here. Let's take some. Oh, you see the squall incoming? We don't want to mess with him, because he got that 3-shot. If we miss, oof, we're dead then. But we see the Pantera pushing. Squall is moving back. See if we can hit the Pantera. Yes, we can. Oh, and fire. Oh, we take that. Burn. You burn. You burn good, Pantera. Excalibur. Seems like we tracked him as well. Let's go for the blind. Ah, he's not there. Oh, pop, 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 pop. We could have died there if the V-Cell 44-1 would spot us, but luckily the tank didn't. And we got a track shot. All right, all right. We're tracking them quite effectively. And there's not that many left. We should have this win in the bag. We have a 1008, T29 with good hit points, and the OI. And yoink! My kill. Oh, another one shot. Then we can yoink this one too. And he seems to have spotted us. Oh, get up the aim. There we go. Yoink. Another one. And where would this Caro be? Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can pick up the last kill as well. And I honestly like this tank, this Jackson. His turreted tier 6 tank destroyers, they are quite powerful in the game. None of them are bad if you count every one up of them. And yeah, we took the last one. Ooh, that was a good game. Showed us a little bit unconventional tank destroyer gameplay, but it worked out, and I like this tank a lot. But more on that when we get to the garage. But first, let's check out the post-game statistics analysis of the game. We got the post-game statistics analysis of the game right here. We did a whooping 3,169. Nice amount of damage. 1,061 spotting, and then 4 kills on that. Solid ace tanker. Straight up, no extra medals. For the team score, we had a 1,612 experience. That's quite a lot of experience, I would say, for a tier 6 in a bottom tier. Apparently we had 4 medals, but it's probably just ribbons and such. We did like the damage over 3,000. A little bit this unconventional tank destroyer-esque gameplay, but the Jackson performs in it. And in the detailed report we have 23,790 credits. So we actually made quite of a chunky credits on this, considering we had to switch a lot with the APCR. But more about this tank when we head into the garage. And in the garage with my M36 Jackson here, we're gonna go over the crew, equipment, consumables, and field modification. And like always, we start off with the crew. With the commander, it's straightforward: burners and arms, 6 sense, recon, concealment, and then repair, I would say. And even though we have even though we can play the tank a little bit medium style-esque, we can move up like we did in the video, this unconventional tank destroyer style. We still pick the concealment first because most often, if not, yeah, except for this close combat fighting, we will be benefiting of the concealment. For the gunner, brothers in arms, snapshot, concealment, and then repair. For the driver, I have picked repair here, but it's probably because it comes from a different tank. I think it was like an M6, my M6, I think. But anyway, for the driver, I will pick brothers in arms, smooth ride, off-road, and then camouflage, and then repair. Or I would dump the off-road completely because the tank operates quickly, so it's a little bit like, do you really need more turning? Probably not, but it's always good to have, I would say. For the radio operator, brothers in arms, situational awareness, concealment, repair. Loader, brothers in arms, concealment, repair. I don't think you need. Actually, the loader, brothers in arms, safe stowage, then concealment, then repair, is how I would have picked it. But also, that's only if I'm gonna keep the tank for a very long time. Otherwise, I would pick the repair / concealment first. I would not pick intuition just because of this no significant changes with the shells except for obviously AP to AP server with more pun. But intuition, I do not see much with this tank. With the equipment, I pretty much have picked straightforward, and you can see when I change. Oh no, it's not, I can't do the can't do the hotkeys binding. So when I change equipment, it's gonna be the same. It's IRM, improved rotation mechanism, loading rammer, and optics. I don't see much difference in what you want to do here. Maybe you pick turbo instead of IRM, but the IRM is just gold on this Jackson. Absolute gold. It's perfect. For the consumables / shells, consumables is the same. You can skip the Coca-Cola because of the view range from the field modification. So you can skip the rations to get full view range. That when you're playing with optics, that is actually pretty nice. But I have two set loadouts, one with a little bit more APCR and one with a little bit less APCR. Because the APCR on this is pretty ridiculous. It's 243 pen with 240 alpha, and it flies 1066 compared to 853 with AP. So the shell velocity is just that much better. The HE is a standard HE, 45 pen. It's good to have when you're fighting literally non-armored tanks. But let's go into the field modification. And here I picked the first one, reinforced suspension, just to that maintaining speed is actually what I would pick it immediately for, just to quickly get up to speed. Suspension durability, that's good. You don't get to track this easily. Hull traverse speed does not really matter too much. It's such a minor thing. And the maintaining speed when crossing all terrain types actually helps when you're turning. So it's a kind of an odd thing why it gives you a minus, but it's there. For the next one, we would pick the smaller aiming circle, the better aiming circle than faster aiming speed, because we have already ridiculously good aiming speed. It's such a no-brainer to pick that. And for the next one, we pick the more view range. Concealment after firing goes down, but it does not affect us too much. What's really good as we come with the update is that we can click on these before battle to enable or disable switching of rounds. But the permanent bonus is a very interesting for this tank, I would say. The -3% dispersion during hull traverse makes this tank slightly better in those close combat battles that we had in the video on Ensk, in the battle, in the gameplay that we had. This was my short little review of the Jackson, the M36 Jackson, Slugger, or whatever M36 name he has, upgraded M10 being thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. And stay tuned. There will be more. But anyway, I'm out of here.